Hi there, yoga people. We're going to do a quick release of the lower back and the hips. So it's just going to be a really lovely, nurturing little sequence for you. So we're going to begin lying down on the mat. Okay. So, making sure you're nice and comfortable. I'm going to start with the knees bent, taking the feet just about as wide as the mat so that the knees comfortably drop together. You can take the arms out by the side. Just make sure the shoulders aren't scrunching up towards the ears. Just feel nice and relaxed. Just allow the ground to take your weight. And then just making sure you've got length through the back of the neck, just slightly tucking the chin, and slowly turn the head one way, back to centre and over to the other side. So just releasing tension through the neck and the shoulders. Just allowing the whole body to surrender into the ground. Just turn one more time to each side. Nice and slow. Enjoy that massage through the scalp. And then bring the head back to centre. And then we'll just begin by taking the feet about hip width apart and drawing the right knee into the chest. Now it may be that you want to keep the left knee bent. If you would like to, you feel okay to do so. You can take that stretch further into the groin through the hip flexor, just straightening the left leg, keeping the toes flexed up towards the ceiling. And then with the breath, as you exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Inhale, release. So as we take these gentle movements, it helps to release any tension through the hip, but also the lower back. Just giving it a slight extension as you draw the knee in. And then taking the left hand onto the outside of the right knee, just begin to slowly take it across the body and back, just as far as it feels comfortable for you. And if it feels okay, see if you can drop it, allowing the hips to roll over and drop it over to the side. And you can support that knee so it doesn't go too far, but just allow that movement to be free. Don't try and control it too much. Just trust the body. You can draw it over and then bring it back. One more time across. And then just pause here for a moment. If you want to, you can turn the head to the right, just taking that twist through the spine from the base all the way into the neck. And on your next in-breath, just take the knee back to centre and bend that left foot again. And we'll do the same on the other side. So keeping the right leg bent to begin with, draw the left knee into the chest. See how that feels, and if you feel like you can take that release through the psoas muscle, the hip flexor, just release into the hip joint, you can straighten that right leg, keeping the toes flexed. And then with the breath, as you exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Inhale, release. So releasing those muscles through the hip, releasing the lower back. And then start to take it to the side. So right hand to the outside of the left knee. And just very gently, just take it as far as it feels comfortable. Just moving the knee over to the side and then back again. It's quite a nice little massage on the lower back as you roll around into the hip. And then allow the knee to go all the way over, or as far as it feels okay for you. You can support the knee with the hand so it doesn't drop all the way over. But just play around a little bit. Take a couple of breaths. And on the next in-breath, take that knee both knees. Let's cross the right foot over the left. The right foot, the right leg over the left leg. So sat like you're having a cup of coffee, and then draw the knees into the chest. So taking the hands behind the left thigh, just drawing the knee in, really lovely, releasing the lower back, but also stretching that piriformis muscle. So that's the muscle in the top of your buttock. It runs across this way. Often a tight piriformis is mistaken for sciatica. It squeezes the sciatic nerve if it's too tight. So again, just drawing the knees in and out, and then if you want to, you can straighten that left leg, get a bit of a hamstring stretch while you're in there. This is nice on the hip joint, nice on the lower back, and now we've increased to a hamstring stretch, and you can roll the ankle. Multitasking, beautiful. Point the toes, flex the toes, roll the ankle. Look after that lovely little joint that works so hard. And then release that down. Kenny over at your legs, woohoo! All the way over. And then draw the knees into the chest. So this time, feeling the stretch in the left buttock. Left hip. Straighten the right leg if you want to increase that. Nice hamstring stretch, roll through the ankle. Oh, that's nice. Been walking on the moor, my ankles need a good stretch. And then release the legs down. Uncross the legs, and then if it feels okay for you, bringing the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to drop out to the side. If this is not comfortable for your hips, take the feet wide and just let the knees drop in together. And we're just going to move through the hip joint a little bit. So if you are keeping the knees together, you're just going to slightly open and close. So you're going to stay quite a minimal movement at the top here. If it feels okay for you to have the soles of the feet together, then as you inhale, you're going to draw the knees up. Exhale, draw them down. Inhale, drawing them together. Exhale, lower. And if you can, if you'd like to, you can take the arms overhead. You can just rest the hands on top of each other. Or for a stronger opening through the shoulders, you can hold on to opposite elbows. Enjoy that opening through the whole of the front of the body. Just that gentle movement through the hip. Slight lifting of the chest as you take the arms overhead. And then bring the knees together. Take the feet about hip width apart. And then we're just going to bring the hands down by the side of the hips, palms facing down. Just make sure that the shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. And we're going to move into a lovely bridge. So as you exhale, draw the lower back towards the ground. And just notice how the abdominals tighten as you do that. And then release. The body knows what to do to keep you safe. And release. So those abdominals there are going to help control that movement. This time, as you draw the lower back to the ground, press into the heels, squeeze the buttocks and begin to roll up through the spine, just a part way, and then roll back down. So the aim here is to try and roll up one vertebra at a time. Really hard to do. You've probably got a clump that wants to go together. But if you take this really slowly, it helps so much just to mobilise the spine. And it's also a lovely stretch through the hip joint. Gives them a good stretch as you lift the buttocks up. Trying to keep the knees hip width apart, so try not to allow them to drop out to the side. Just lifting a little bit higher every time. Inhale, This time as you lift as high as you can, rolling up. And then breathe normally when you've reached your top point. And if you can, just start to walk the shoulders in towards each other a little bit. And if you want to, you can interlace the fingers behind the back, just doming through the chest. And then once you're there, if you want to press into the heels and lift the buttocks just a little bit more, just feel the strength through the legs, through the buttocks. Feel your power. Feel the opening through the chest, the length in the neck. Breathing normally. Just hold. And then release the fingers. Create space between the shoulder blades, walking the shoulders out, and very slowly just roll back down. One vertebra at a time. Oh, lovely. Take the feet about as wide as the mat and just gently let the knees move side to side. Windscreen wipers. Massage on the lower back, but also creating a bit of internal and external rotation through the hips. So it may be that this is a very small move for you, or it may be that you can take the knees all the way to one side and then over to the other side. Our lower backs and our hip joints will just be so much happier for doing this. Imagine them smiling. Oh. And then bring the knees back to centre. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a well-deserved little hug. Say, well done me for taking the time just to feel that a little bit better than I did before. And straighten the legs so you can keep them bent if that's better for you. And just lie for a moment. Take a couple of breaths. Just feel how heavy the body feels against the ground. Allow it to take your weight. And draw the hands together. Namaste, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.